day, viewers. Echo Blog is reporting live at University of Lagos, Akoka, Yaba, Lagos for the 55th Convocation ceremony of one of the most prestigious universities in Nigeria. The 55th Convocation ceremony is set to feature conferment of honorary degrees to deserving individuals in the academic sphere, as well as the formal conferment of MSc and BSc degrees to deserving students whose labor are being crowned today right here at the school auditorium. Also, the first citizen of Nigeria is set to grace the occasion with his presence, ably represented by the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa. So stay tuned as Echo Blog brings to you all the live coverage of the event as it unfolds. I am Daniel Samson Idowu, reporting for Echo Blog.
The famous University of Lagos, UNILAG, held her 55th convocation ceremony for the 2023-24 academic session, which officially commenced on Wednesday, January 8, 2025, with a pre-vocational press amid other events which began on Monday, the 13th, January 2025. The University of Excellence admitted a total of 16,409 students to various undergraduate and postgraduate degrees, celebrating a significant milestone in the history of the institution. The university held her 55th convocation grand finale at the J.F. Adeajayi Auditorium, University of Lagos, Akoka. The grand finale of the convocation was held on Thursday, January 16, 2025, officially issuing award of postgraduate diploma, master's degrees, PhD degrees, and Best PhD Thesis Award of the School of Postgraduate Studies, master's degrees of the University of Lagos Business School, and conferment of honorary degrees to deserving individuals. The ceremony was graced by an array of distinguished guests, including the Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Olatunji Alausa, who represented the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and also the first visitor of the university, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, ably represented by the Secretary to the Lagos State Government, Mrs. Salu Hundeyin. The Vice Chancellor of UNILAG, Professor Folashade Ogunshola, and Shehu of Borno Emirate, His Royal Eminence Alhaji Abubakar Umar Garba El Kanemi, as well as the Erelu Kuti of Lagos, Chief Mrs. Abiola Dosumu Fernandez. Also present were the white-cap chiefs of the Oba of Lagos, Kabiesi, Oba Riliwan Akiolu, alongside former principal officers of the university. The presence of these dignitaries, along with the prominent figures from government, academia, diplomatic corps, and business community, imbued the occasion with an extraordinary sense of prestige, unity, and celebration. The convocation ceremony commenced proper with an intriguing speech delivered by the university's Vice-Chancellor, Professor Folashade Ogunshola, who expressed her delight in the institution's resilience, success, and global academic achievements despite recent socio-economic challenges in the country.
I want to, at this time, thank members of the Senate, the staff, for their hard work and remaining focused and committed to excellence despite the continued economic and social challenges that has characterized our lives in the last 2 years. It speaks to your dedication to excellence, your integrity, and your responsibility. In line with the mandate of teaching, research, and service, and as part of my vision and future-ready agenda, we continue to focus on financial engineering, infrastructural development, reputation building, and manpower development. We focused on building leaders for the future and building minds that are adaptable and relevant both locally and globally. In doing this, we forged new collaborations, exposed our students to international and national competitions, trainings, and internships, and developed more working spaces to improve the environment of learning. One of our more significant achievements as a university in 2024 was the construction of the Med-Africa Good Manufacturing Practice Laboratory, built in the Faculty of Pharmacy. This laboratory is the first in West Africa and the third in Africa to be domiciled within a tertiary institution. It is funded through a grant obtained by Dr. Margaret Iluomoya an associate professor in the Department of Pharmaceutics and Pharmaceutical Technology from the Med Africa Foundation, Scotch Plains in the USA. It was officially opened and commissioned on May 26, 2024. This laboratory is of the grade for manufacturing drugs and will, in collaboration with the Center for Biomedical Research at the Population Council in New York, develop freeze-dried vaginal inserts for HIV prevention. It is valued at $450,000 US. We also commenced our career support services in January 2024 to improve soft skills and employability of students. Since inception, 837 students have passed through the center, which has provided career conversations, UNILAG Industry Career Insights series, resume workshops. 10 of our undergraduate students were then admitted to the Grind Fellowship sponsored by EduBank, and others found job placement opportunities with industry partners. This is done in collaboration with the town, and the office is in the Learning Commons.
Addressing the distinguished audience at the ceremony, Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of the University's Governing Council, Chief Wole Olanipekun, emphasized the need for enhanced living standards and better support for educators, noting that improving the well-being of academic professionals would directly contribute to the advancement of education and national development.
We are going to give you every cooperation, every assistance, every encouragement for you to succeed. But what I'm saying to our alumni members, and our president is coming to administer the oath, and it will say one or two words. Cautiously and consciously, we have to build the University of Lagos. There are 62 federal universities in Nigeria. And the budget, the federal government budget for education this year is 7%. So, assuming even the entire federal government for education is for universities, running of universities alone, what will come to the University of Lagos? We have to take the bull by the horn. And let's think of alumni associations all over the world. And I give examples of, say, like Harvard University. They had an endowment fund as of 2022 of $53.2 billion, as a then equivalent of 26.6 trillion naira. New York University had an endowment of $1 billion, then equivalent to 500 billion naira. Texas A&M University had an endowment of 12 billion, 0.5 million, and you know what that means, equivalent to then 6 trillion, 264 million, 393, and 500. And then they are not superior enough. Then they have better education that we have obtained. All we have to do is to think about our university, the golden portals of the University of Lagos through which we pass. And let me borrow the language of my national chairman. You soon step into your different kingdoms. Remember us when you get there.
His remarks followed the recognition of outstanding achievements of the postgraduate students, as introduced by the Dean of Postgraduate Studies, Professor Abraham Oshinobi. The prestigious ceremony saw the conferment of postgraduate diplomas and degrees to 6,725 graduating students of the School of Postgraduate Studies and UNILAG Business School. Celebrating one of the most outstanding graduates of the 55th Convocation Grand Finale was the feat attained by Aliyu Obabi-Olorunkosi Gafar of the UNILAG Business School, who had a perfect cumulative grade point of 5.0, becoming the first in the history of the school. On the flip side, for exceptional academic works, Dr. Adetoun Alaba Akintoye received the overall Best PhD Thesis Award, Best PhD Thesis in Science, while Dr. Eniola Niniola Ladipo received the Best Awards in PhD Yoruba Language, emerging as the Best PhD Thesis in Humanities. Dr. Adeton Walaba Akitoye, who was the cynosure of everyone at the convocation ceremony and first ever recipient of the award in the Department of Chemistry, described her success as a blend of passion, hard work, and divine intervention.
Last year, as I listened to my predecessor, Dr. Amina Akide, deliver a speech, I envisioned myself on this stage with heartfelt prayers. In my wishful thinking, I asked my in-house mentor, a great man, what my story might look like if I became the valedictorian. With a calm demeanor, he simply replied, just tell your own story. This inspired me to reflect deeply on the journey that has brought me here. You would agree with me that no two PhDs are the same. We all have our different stories. But thank God we made it. Remember all the late nights spent working in the laboratory and on the workbench. Remember the unending and sometimes unrealistic supervisor demands. I'm sure you cannot forget PG School's cumbersome administrative processes and the deconstruction of this title at APC. How about those times you had to go hungry, but you were not fasting? Thank God that all the corrections about commas, hyphens, colons, and semicolons have finally come to a full stop. Some of you say PhD is patience, humility, and determination. And most of you agree with me that it is persistent hunger for discovery. But for me, it was simply a blend of passion, hard work, and divine intervention. Today, we all stand here as testaments to our excellence, determination, and resilience. This movement belongs to each and every one of us who refuse to give up. Now I'm thinking back on all the tears, the library obsession, the rejections, the numerous disappointments and uncertainties. It was actually all worth it.
In addition to awarding graduates, the ceremony awarded retired academicians of the university for their contributions to the academia, and 3 prestigious Nigerians were awarded honorary doctorate degrees in science in recognition of their meritorious services to Nigeria and the global community. The awardees included Professor Babajide Alao, Professor Olukayode Amond, Professor Victor Ariole, Managing Director of Sahara Group and UNILAG alumnus, Mr. Kola Adeshino, as well as Nigerian investor and co-founder of the Guaranty Trust Bank, Mr. Fola Adeola. Mr. Fola Adeola, who delivered an inspiring speech on behalf of all the awardees, expressed profound gratitude to the university and emphasized the essence of giving back to the society.
Therefore, with great appreciation, on behalf of all of us, honorees, all of us, I thank the Vice Chancellor and the Governing Board of the University of Lagos for awarding us these doctorate degrees, honoris causa. My fellow honorees and I set out to be net providers and contributors, not dependents or drain to our families and society. And by God's grace, our contributions led to an exponential impact on our community and our country, Nigeria. This is compound interest. Tasks and actions that accumulate and multiply over time until they become something bigger than oneself.
In conclusion, Minister of Education Dr. Tunji Alausa conveyed the President's profound congratulations to the graduates and the institution. He highlighted the critical role of education in Nigeria's development and shared government's commitment to transforming the educational sector.
It is with immense joy and deep sense of responsibility that I stand before you today at the 55th Convocation ceremony of the University of Lagos. Today, we celebrate the enduring legacy of this great institution, which has for over 6 decades stood as a bastion of academic excellence, intellectual rigor, and innovation in Nigeria. Today, we honor the graduating students who have demonstrated resilience, diligence, and commitment to academic and personal growth. My administration recognizes that education is the cornerstone of national development. It is the bedrock upon which a prosperous society is built, This understanding is reflected in our policies and investments in the educational sector. In the proposed 2025 budget, we have allocated 3.5 trillion naira to education, the largest allocation after defense and infrastructure development. I think I'm going to skew away from the president's speech. This is not what he asked me to say, but I think we should all give a round of applause to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his passionate commitment to human capital development in our country. Now I'll go back to his speech. The third highest allocation, underscoring our commitment to revitalizing the educational sector. This budget of restoration, securing peace, rebuilding prosperity, reflects our determination to stabilize the economy, improve life, and position Nigeria for a brighter future. Key initiatives such as the Nigeria Education Loan Fund are widening access to higher education, ensuring that financial constraints do not hinder our youth from achieving their dreams. Hundreds of thousands of students have already benefited and will remain committed to expanding the loan program to benefit hundreds of thousands more students. As the President, I assure you of my administration's unwavering commitment to creating an environment where your aspirations can flourish. We're building infrastructures that connect our cities and enhance security to protect all citizens of this country. Our mission is clear: a united Nigeria where every citizen can dream, work, and thrive.
As the event came to a close, convocated postgraduate students expressed their thoughts and delights about the success of the event.
Okay, I studied applied mathematics, masters in applied mathematics. So I feel great about this event. It's actually my master's convocation, and I graduated as the best graduating student in my department of both pure and applied option. And then, yeah, I feel so excited about this event. So it's a great, would I call it a privilege to actually achieve this feat, even though it was kind of difficult during the process because I transitioned from mathematics education to applied mathematics, and the journey was actually a tough one, but definitely it ended well with success. I'm so grateful to God. Okay, I'm actually grateful to my project supervisor, and the person of Dr. Julius Ehige is also the postgraduate coordinator of my Department of Mathematics. So I kind of I kind of acknowledge him for for being the backbone behind the success, because aside the fact that yes, I studied, I wrote my exams, I did well, he's actually the person that stood as my project supervisor. Yes, he's my project supervisor during my MS thesis. So he guided me, provided resources, gave me guidance, encouragement, and he was actually like let me call him my academic mentor. I'm grateful to God for my mom and dad. Yeah, I thank them for their emotional support and financial support when I need them most. And I'm thankful to my siblings also for understanding the fact that this feat actually takes a lot of effort. And then they gave me the room to study and, not sending me errands like do this, do that. So they gave me the room to do my best so I can contribute my quota to this journey.
The procession, the convocation 55 session, it's a good one, and it's a good one because I'm a participant. I'm also a graduate of today's ceremony. I thank Almighty Allah for His merciful. Of course, a lot of challenge, but we give glory to Almighty Allah. A journey that you started from a mile. Of course, before you start, you must see how do you start it. Number one. Secondly, how do you progress? Thirdly, how do you succeed? And succeed is what we are celebrating today. So I thank Almighty Allah. As I've said, the journey is a very good journey, and I'm alive. Many of us, I have a colleague who could not make it. May he so rest in peace. But I thank God I'm alive and I participated, and I'm a graduate of University of Lagos 55th Convocation ceremony.
Well, talking about story, I think everybody has a unique story. No two stories are the same. So the story is actually a very difficult one. It's not been easy, but like some people said, we have to choose what we go for. Nothing is actually easy. If you choose not to go to school, it is difficult. And if you choose to go to school, it is difficult as well. So we have to choose what we do. Well, an MBA, executive MBA, it is a painstaking achievement with the fact that we had to deal with all the commas, the dotting of I's, the commas has finally come to a full stop. So it is really a joyful day for me. There's never going to be a day like this. And for me again, maybe when I choose to go for PhD, then we can repeat this kind of moment. But for now, this is a very joyous moment for me, my family, and everybody around me. It is a great day for me. Well, Lagos is a center of excellence. If University of Lagos is in Lagos, what do you expect? Excellence, of course. So the status of the school is, for me, an excellent status. The deliverables are good. I mean, we have been able to go out of this school better than we came in. So it is, for me, a lot. And I want to say to every other person out there that there's only 2 universities in Nigeria, University of Lagos and others.
Yeah, I feel elated, I feel excited. I mean, earlier on in the morning, I cried tears of joy stepping into this campus and reminiscing on all the hard times I've passed through before we finally got to this moment. I mean, no one who has gone through the process of finishing a PhD will tell you it is ever easy. It is not easy anywhere, but you have to have a huge dose of tenacity and persistence, and eventually you would emerge winner. I spent a total of 7 years for my program, during which COVID came and went. It was marred with challenges, but with the strong support of my supervisors and members, academic team of my department, and also my mentors, I was able to scale through all those to an extent of coming up with an international award thesis. I mean, my thesis was recognized as far as Canada by the Tannenbaum Open Science Institute. I mean, I couldn't have done this if I couldn't have the support of people around me to be able to do this award-winning, impactful thesis that finally led us to this moment. So I am nothing short but excited, and I would like to thank the University of Lagos for giving me the opportunity first to do the PhD, and also my supervisors for all their support, and also all my mentors and everybody who has supported me in one way or the other to achieve this goal. Thank you.
Indeed, the University of Lagos will continue to be a role model for excellence and success for every other institutions of higher learning in Nigeria and beyond. For Echo Hot Blog, this is Daniel Sampson Idowu.
Well, it has been a swelling and fulfilling moment for all the graduates of the 55th Convocation ceremony of one of the most prestigious universities in Nigeria, the University of Lagos. Thank you for staying tuned. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms on X, Instagram, and Facebook at Echo Hot Blog. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel at Echo Hot Blog. I am Daniel Sampson Idowu, reporting for Echo Hot Blog.